Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do One Piece episode 562 review. So before I get started, look down below for the fan page, the preview of One Piece episode 563, and then the actual link to episode 562 of One Piece. That being said, let's get started. Now, overall, this episode, it was okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give it okay, because a lot of it, the fighting was okay. The fighting was okay because a majority of the episode was just fighting between, first it was Luffy and Hody, then it was Fukaboshi and Hody, then it was like a little bit of like a break after, because Fukaboshi grabs Hody Jones and he's like, what are you? And then Hody Jones says something, we can't hear that. It shocks Fukaboshi so bad. And then Hody Jones takes the opportunity and straight up stabs him right here in the chest. And then we see that portion where Luffy's talking on the Mushi, and he's, because apparently Fukaboshi and Luffy went to like these guards, and these guards were told to make a giant bubble so they can surround Noah, so Luffy can get some air just in case things don't work out, in case Hody Jones destroys the air that's already on the ship, which he already did, or the bubble, I should say. And then, but a majority of the shit that happened that's really significant is at the last portion of the episode, where we see Luffy, and Luffy actually manages to, take down Hody Jones, like a slicing fin thing. And then what happens is that he breaks that shit, and then he does a Busho Shaku Haki punch, sends Hody Jones flying back. As he's going flying back, Hody Jones starts munching on all these steroids, just munching on those shits, and then he transforms once again, into like some beastly, like hulkish white figure, like a white fish Hulk. Like it's like, what the fuck, son? So, but yeah, I mean, honest to God, like it's good. Well, see, like for me personally, this episode is between okay and good. So I'm not too sure where to put it, Like, it's above okay, but it's not, but it's right below good. So I'm not too sure where to put it. But, basically, when it comes to this episode, right? The pacing was a little bit slow. It was. But the animation was good. Especially at the beginning, where we see Noah starting to fall and shit. And, I'm telling you, the animation for Noah is, like, spot on. Like this ship gets, like, the best animation ever. It's, like, and it looks nasty. It looks big as shit. It's like, what the fuck? The fighting at the beginning was a little bit. It was a little bit rusty with the animation, but it got a lot better as the episode progressed. Especially when it came to Fukaboshi, and then he was doing that one move called Merman Combat Aquamarine, which is kind of like an underwater Kamehameha, because it really is. He grabs the water, and then he's like, so like really, like it's like straight up an underwater Kamehameha. Now the thing here that I want to point out is that at some point, because Fukaboshi, he's trying to fend off Hody Jones failing. Hody Jones goes after Shiroshi, and then what happens here is that Luffy stops Fukaboshi. He stops Hody Jones, and in the process gets wounded. And the thing here is that no one can say that Luffy had an easy time dealing with Hody Jones, because Hody Jones injured Luffy. You can't say that. You can't. Hody Jones, the dude is bleeding from his shoulder, loads of blood. So you can't say that Hody Jones, Hody Jones fucking sucks. Yeah, he injured Luffy. So it's like, I mean, I'm just saying, honest to God, like in this situation, you would think that someone like Jinbei would be a lot more effective against Hody Jones rather than Luffy, because Luffy is a Delphi user, and he's weak in the water, especially 10,000 meters underneath the water. And Jinbei is probably, he definitely is stronger than Hody Jones. So Jinbei, in my opinion, would have been a lot better choice than Luffy. But the thing here is that Luffy is the main character, and the main character, when it comes to like the major fight, usually gets the highlight. So, obviously Luffy has to do his thing and struggle. But yeah, I mean, like, honestly, God, like, the episode overall is either okay or good. So, whichever one you prefer. But when it comes from a summary standpoint, at the beginning, basically, it's Luffy on Hody. As we see Noah fall, because Shirahoshi's trying, try and stop Noah and shit, trying to wake up on her decade. But the thing here is that, Hody Jones says, no, fuck that shit. Alright, fuck all you guys, you're all gonna die. And he tries to get Shirahoshi. Manboshi, he takes a hit for her, and then Luffy and Hody go at it for a few things. Hody Jones actually counteracts the second snake shot. I mean, I'm just saying that the dude isn't that pathetic. I mean, people say that he's the worst villain of One Piece. I agree, but at the same time, it's like he's not that pathetic. He really isn't. But basically, he counters that shit. He injures Luffy, and then Luffy and Hody, they go at it for a few times. Hody gets the better of that because he starts doing like these water arrows, and Luffy's dodging them but barely. And then at some point gets cornered. Then here comes Fukaboshi. Then it's Fukaboshi on Hody Jones, and Hody Jones is still dominating. So it's like, Hody Jones is basically he's dominating. He's basically dominating for like a majority of the episode, just domination. And then as Fukaboshi and Hody Jones are going at it, that's when Fukaboshi asks him about the whole entire thing, like, who are you? Like, what's your agenda? Like, what are you doing and shit? And then we see his mouth moving shit. Fukaboshi's stunned, and then Hody Jones falls down. Well, no, not falls down. He floats away, and like a pool of his own blood and shit. And then after that, what happens is that we see this scene of, like Luffy is talking to the guys, who gave him who are making the bubble around Noah, and tells them that it's going to be a one-shot, alright? We're going to have to either shoot the bubble in, and we can't afford to miss. If we miss, it's all over. It's done. And this bubble is not going to make the Noah ship float. Only allow you to have air, so you can do your thing in destroying Noah, or at least bringing it down. Which, by the way, the princes know about the importance of the ship, but as of right now, the lives of the people of the island are more important than the ship, so obviously they're going to try and destroy the ship. Now, what happens here is that, because Hody Jones, he sees Shirahoshi and Luffy, and they're actually going towards the Noah ship. And he gets pissed off, so he once again charges at Shirahoshi. Luffy actually gets in the way. He goes on his back, he breaks the shark fin slicing thing, he punches him in the face with his hockey. He goes flying back, energy steroids, transformation, starts talking smack and shit, and then right there we see like the climax part where we're seeing like the Noah ship fall down. We're seeing the bubble being prepared, and Hody Jones just laughing like, yeah, like all that shit. And right there is the end of the episode. So overall, the episode, it's okay. It's not that great. Again, it's between good and okay. I will say is that I wish we saw a little bit of stuff from the other guys like Sanji, Zoro, Brook, Nami, and so on and so forth. But still, overall, pretty, okay and good. So that being said, King of Lightning, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe as always. Look down below for the fan page, the preview of next week's episode, and the link to this week's episode 562. And I'll see you guys later. Signing out.